welcome back to Channeling Truth. This is my series on contrast, and today we're going to be talking about what contrast is. If you didn't catch the first video, it's very important because it's going to be carried out through all my videos, so make sure you start with the first video and then continue on to here. So if you haven't watched that one, I'll try to link it into this video. So I'm going to be reading from my notes a little bit. Okay, when you experience contrast on a physical level and an energetic level, which is the reason for my first video, and we'll get deeper into that as we go. But it's very important that you know that when you experience contrast, it's going through all aspects of you, okay? So what is contrast? A flat tire, an angry parent or spouse, a job or employee that you really don't like, burnt toast, broken furnace. You get my point. Problems, right? Well, contrast doesn't always have to seem like a problem. How about staying up too late to watch a movie or finally having a conversation with your spouse? Though it doesn't seem like a big problem, it, however, is going to cause certain things or events to happen the next day, like maybe waking up late. And how about a child splashing in a pool and you fully clothed get wet because of it? It may feel like contrast to you because now you either have to change your clothes or figure out what you're going to do being wet. But is it a contrasting moment for the child? Yes, it is. It is a contrasting moment for the child because even if you didn't overreact and cause a reaction to him or her from splashing in the pool and push that contrast back on them, they are still the cause of your reaction for it. So even maybe not on conscious level, they realized that contrast, but they definitely felt that on an energetic level. And it was a co-creation between the two of you. So definitely the child was a part of that contrast. Who would have thought? So what contrast really is something, really anything that pushes against you to form a new direction or refocuses you to add to your experience. Possibly helping you understand something important you need to know on your life experience. This is why you have to learn how to study contrast, and the reason why I'm making these videos. You want to be able to enhance your experience in life, and you want to be able to feel like you're flowing through life. You know, so many people that I know and other people know and even myself sometimes when I run into problems, it's like hitting a brick wall. It just feels so hard. And it's like, I'm never going to get through this. It's like so difficult. Why does life have to be so hard? But when you are on the level of understanding your contrast, it feels more like you're flowing with it. Okay? Now, you don't have to enhance your psychic abilities to be able to do this. You don't have to be practicing any spiritual practice to be able to do this. Anybody can do this. This is just a part of physics, part of your life experience, part of the universal laws. So you don't have to know or have any sort of background to be able to study your contrast. You can study your contrast. And if you just watch these short videos, I will carry you right on through it. And by the end of my series, you'll be studying your contrast like no time. Now, does that mean you're never going to have bad days? No, you are going to have bad days still because we slip in and out. It's kind of like imagine yourself if life was an ocean, and you're going, and all the ripples and tides and waves are pushing you this way and that way. And those are your contrasting moments. They're shaping your reality. They're pushing you in directions. They're adding to your life experience. And then, but what are you going to do when you're on the ocean all the time? You're going to get exhausted. It's hard to stay in that flow. You need some time out on an energetic and a physical level. And so you kind of step aside for a little bit, and then you might be getting hit with these brick walls and feeling like, oh my God, life is really difficult right now. I think I'm going to jump back in that ocean and flow with things a little bit better. So you do go back and forth, and there's no problem for that. And actually, whenever you step aside and get hit with those brick walls, there's always a reason for it. You know, sometimes we need to get something shoved in our face really hard in order for us to understand something. And that's okay. That's just the way life goes. But I can tell you this, people who don't understand what contrast is, if they're not one of those people that just goes with the flow of things, because those kind of people tend to stay in the ocean a lot longer, and they tend to have the ability to flow with things more so than people who don't have that ability to do that naturally. So I can guarantee you, lots of people are in this boat. And if you want to flip back and forth, you've got to study your contrast. You've got to study your contrast to open your awareness of why you're experiencing it. And in understanding on a full level that you're experiencing it energetically and physically. And it's not to hurt you. It's to push you around, not like in a bad way, but they're leading you into a direction that you need to go in, and you got to trust that. That's what faith is, right? So that's all I have for this video. That's really what contrast is in a nutshell. If you have any examples and you want to know if they're considered contrast, or you should be considering them contrast, and maybe you need to look at them more carefully, go ahead and leave it in the comments below. I'd be happy to take a look at it and see what I can do to help. So I'll see you later. See you on the next video about contrast.